I mean, of course, there are times when I'm hungry, there are times when I'm tired, there are times when I don't want to train. That's hard, but there's always things in life that are hard. These things hurt, but your mindset can just make it hurt a little less. It's still gonna hurt, it's still gonna be hard. The way that you speak to yourself in your mind can make it easier. And yeah, the key with cream of rice, especially so I make all of my own, is really stirring it so it's a really good consistency. Hello my friends, and welcome to the channel. Today we are training glutes. I'm going to take you along, and I'm just having my pre-workout cream of rice. So stirring this up so it's nice and thick. And I'm kind of annoyed because my whey drip ended up being really too runny, and the cream of rice was perfect consistency, but I mixed it all together just to blend up the water. So it doesn't look aesthetic, but it's all right. All going down the same way anyway. So as I was leaving, I kind of noticed like, getting a bit stressed, you know, I'm packing my bag and have I got my posing stuff, have I got my cardio stuff, and there's just quite a lot to do when it's a little bit unusual for my routine to be doing everything in this order. And as I was leaving, I was like, just feeling that, noticing that sense of this is going to be difficult, this is going to be a bit of a rush, the rest of my day is going to feel really rushed because I'm doing all of this all at once now. And I just kind of luckily I was able to just catch myself in that moment, and I was like, I'm stressing about rushing again, and I just noticed it. And that's really the first thing, like once you just kind of catch yourself and you're like, oh yeah, that's the thing that I do, that's the, there it is, there's the rushing story again. It just gives you a little bit of space. Like I didn't feel like I was anxiously rushing anymore. I was just like, oh yeah, that's me just doing the rushing thing again. It just helps. It just starts to, it's the first step, right, in reprogramming, kind of calibrating how you think about things, is you first have to actually notice the patterns that you're already in. So just try and catch yourself and see how that goes. And then I kind of realized like what I wanted to emphasize this week is like the way that you speak to yourself in your mind really determines how you end up kind of feeling. So by saying, there's so much to do, I'm gonna be so rushed, it's gonna be really stressful, like that is creating the reality for me, because that's what I'm telling myself. I notice it as well when I think about, I'm so hungry or I'm so tired. By playing into that script, you kind of actually make it worse. You can think of it a little bit like it's acceptance, right? Like you can either kind of really fight with that for it to feel like a real struggle, or you can just kind of try and not have that extra layer of judgment on top of it. Just try and accept it for what it is. I think it's the kind of back and forth that creates that kind of tension and ultimately like more discomfort for yourself. So yeah, I noticed like, oh, here's the story that I'm gonna be really stressed and it's gonna be really busy, and it's like, well, maybe, but maybe not. You know, you can kind of just see that thought for what it is. It is just a kind of thought, and either way, I'm gonna do it. So just trying to let that go a little bit. It's kind of like if you were lying in quicksand. If you flap around and, you know, try and get out of it, think, oh, it's gonna be really busy, I've got so much to do, I'm gonna be in such a stress, or you can just kind of try and lie on it. You know, if you ever find yourself stuck in quicksand, the thing that you need to do is just kind of lie flat like a big starfish, and that, you know, like reduces the amount of motion that's in the quicksand and makes you stay flat, not sink. So that's what you need to do. And it's the same for when you're starting to handle something that's difficult. You know, you can flail about in the quicksand, in the difficulty, or just try and lie still and, you know, let it happen. You're sinking anyway. No, not like that. But I think the tired one also really hits. Like if I am ever doing like a big lot of cardio, and when you get to 5 minutes in and already you're like, oh no, I don't want to do any more, this is hard, this is too much, this is gonna be really bad. Just giving yourself a little bit of wiggle room there, you know, noticing that kind of negativity and the way that you're speaking about the difficult thing is actually going to make it more challenging, and it's going to make it worse if it's something that you know that you have to do, that you want to do. And I don't want this to be like a, you know, just stop thinking, because we can't. It's not that easy. You can't just switch these negative thoughts off and be like, okay, great, yeah, this is so much fun, this cardio is fantastic. It's not like, wouldn't that be great if we could do that? But it's just noticing and giving yourself a little bit of space between the thought that you're having and the reality that is around you. So I can be thinking, oh, I'm really hungry, I really want to go off plan or something, and just noticing I am having the thought that I'm really hungry, this is really hard, I want to go off plan, and that is just a thought, you know, and just separating yourself from that can be really helpful to not get so kind of wound up in the difficulty of something. Yeah, I've been really thinking about like what fit model means and what fit model means to me, and it's really interesting because it is this new division. It's kind of, and there's so much culture already. Like I've seen things about people saying, oh, fit model isn't real bodybuilding, fit model this, fit model, like there's already quite a lot of noise and opinion in this new division. So I have really tried to kind of separate that and really come back to thinking about like, what is it about this division that I really want to do? And I think just being able to kind of have a more sustainable, like year-round approach, because the prep isn't quite as intense, you don't need the same leanness as bikini, it kind of then creates this opportunity to have a kind of fit model year-round lifestyle. So And it's this whole thing of like, you know, don't wait for things. Don't wait for XYZ until you start building the life that you want. Like, do that now. And yeah, it made me really, really think about things. I think I'd been kind of thinking, oh, you know, after this, then maybe I can go back to, I don't know, you know, I just kind of really came back to what does fit model mean for me? And it is being able to build a lifestyle that I love and want to do forever, for, you know. And I think when you're thinking about what kind of life do you want to build, you need to build the life that you envision forever, right? Not just the one that's the kind of, and in fairness, like, yes, but there are also athletic goals, right? So things can be for a short period of time, but I think it just reminded me that why I chose Fit Model was because of this longevity in it, because it has, I think, the potential to be a lifestyle that you can create and curate for a longer term. So I've been thinking about that recently, and kind of thinking about what kind of things I need, what fulfill me day to day, and how that is going to translate into, you know, the lifestyle that I'm building here. And prep is prep, but what is the longer term daily habits, daily routines, daily lifestyle for fit model me that I want to build? And I need to do that now, you know. To build that kind of dream life, you need to start doing that. So that's been thinking about that, and you know, I've had that vision. I don't actually know what the things even are, but hey ho. Overthinker over here. Time to go train. Okay, so just got home, washed hair, had my post-workout meal, which was rice, chicken and fruit, pretty standard there. And yeah, I hope that was helpful to have a little overview of how I kind of approach the first session of a new program, just really building the kind of form, making sure that I feel comfortable and confident on all the moves before then beginning to kind of push progression, and figuring out, yeah, like what little micro adjustments do I need to make to really activate my glutes in all of this training, because that is what they want from Fit Model. They don't want any quads. So yeah, that's part of the training I really love. Just being very present and very mindful in that movement. And there's no right or wrong either as well. Like, all our bodies are such different shapes, sizes. You really just need to tap into your intuition, your body, and figure out what works best for you. So I hope that was helpful to see the kind of process of that. So yeah, thanks so much for watching along today. I hope to catch up soon and show you a little bit more of what being a bodybuilder is like. Bye.